Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is 99 Orga here, and I got a special guest with me right now. Introduce yourself.
It is me yet again, 01 Baragon in the flesh, back for another tier list video. Thank you again for having me. I'm excited to do this one.
It's been a couple of seasons, but we're back.
It's the GXK event. It's the season. It is that time. We had to make one now.
We're going to be catching up, don't worry. We got everything at the bottom. You see the new units that we missed out on since the Fukuoka season. So let's talk about them after we talk about the units that we see that are on the rise, mainly due to either buffs or this new card system that has changed the game, period. Like, this has changed the game, period. So, we have noticed that these swarm units, because of these cards, they are more powerful than they ever been before. They are back in the meta. They are back to being great units.
Yeah, so essentially a lot of these cards be boosting up the 1-star or the 2 stars in particular, and definitely the 2 stars are heavily favored with these cards. The Kama Swarm, for example, you see it. It's an S. It's an S tier unit now. What we've been doing with level 30 Kamakura Swarms, and you don't even need it at level 30. You can have like level 20, 25. But man, they just eat up units. Even units you would think like 04 Gaigan. I've seen them kill 04 Gaigan before he gets to, sweep everything out. It's insane.
Yeah, I definitely like that. The Gauss, pair that up with Rainbow Mothra.
Oh yeah.
Those are deadly things. And yeah, just very, very good stuff. Destroy a Larva, 4 cost now, and Dorets
being a 2 cost now.
Yeah, so Kamakuras are always great as well, just the regular 2 cost ones. Yeah. So either way, all the swarms are good.
And the next will be the Train Bomb that we have listed here.
Train Bomb, that Shin Godzilla card, you already know, like, that thing is, right now, my level 35 Train Bomb is doing over 1,400 damage in total.
Wow.
You pair that up with Kong, you pair that up with a G89 leader boost, when Kong does the pounce, you're doing like over 3,000, 4,000 damage. It's crazy right now. And if you notice, a lot of the 2-star units are getting really good because of these cards, and a lot of people have them high level because they've been around since the beginning of the game. There has been no new 2-stars, right? Since maybe what? The Dorets? That was the last one we got?
Godzilla, regular.
Chibi Godzilla, yeah. I mean, that's so long ago. It's like over a year ago. So
that was a year ago.
Yeah.
For the April Fools.
Yeah, so
Super Mega Godzilla.
Super Mega Godzilla got a buff and was crucial in that tournament that I was in. It honestly, like, that spawn animation does suck, but after that, the constant slow is broken. Also, that long range is amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the range for me is the best part about it.
I love the runway, that little runway that it does. It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, he's definitely S. I think we had him S maybe in the other video, but he is very close up to like ranking up to like top of S, S+, but where we have him right now, definitely
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Monster X / Kaiser Ghidorah.
Definitely has been on the rise. I've seen a lot more of it, and there's that one player, Verde
or
something like that. Yeah. Mad respect for that guy. I mean,
that guy's
I don't
crazy.
know his status in the community, but other than that, I don't care. Him actually playing is pretty entertaining to even go against.
Yeah, it is.
He really knows how to make Kaiser Ghidorah look very good, and I think Kaiser Ghidorah has a good use case now. I think that when it does the healing off the bite, that's amazing.
And also he does now, I think it says in his bio, he does more damage to ground units as well.
Look at that.
So
look at that. And
they really have a new craze about that shit, man.
Yeah, it deserved it though. It's one of the best Godzilla villains ever.
It is. And then we, as a honorable mention, 99 Godzilla.
99 Godzilla, guys. 99 Godzilla has a great use case right now because of the swarms being back. as well as the status effects of the Shimu and Wakasabe Biollante, which we'll talk about later. Status effects are becoming very popular, as well as swarm units. So there's a lot of things you can do with Godzilla 1999, a lot of units you can pair it up with.
I think you mentioned to me like the other night when we were talking about it. In that Hollow Earth map, imagine you do like Godzilla Evolve or Godzilla Earth or GMK.
Yes.
Something with heavy AoE, and if they just barely survive, but if 99 Godzilla finishes them off, one of them, and creates that chain explosion,
Oh yeah.
man, especially on that map, yep, that is definitely a unit worth investing in the future.
For sure.
I guess that's all the buffed units highlights that we
Yeah, those are the units that definitely are on the rise right now.
All right, and I guess we're gonna talk about the new units now.
Yes.
Lead us the way with Wakasabe Biollante.
Wakasabe Biollante, guys, great unit. I know right now not a lot of people have levels on it, but it has potential to be an S tier unit. It is an S tier unit in my opinion. Once you get the levels on it, the acid damage, the AoE, and the most crucial part of the kit, I think that sets it over the top, is the low flying state that it puts units in. You got Orga, you got Kong, you got all these units that can't hit flying, like Gigan 04. Guys, this thing right here would just be a menace with those units. And I think when that Wakasabe season happened, it was so fun. It was so fun using Wakasabe Bio. So I'm going to put Wakasabe Bio in the S tier. I'm going to put it at the right around here. Right around, yeah, I would say it's definitely below Destroyer right now, but above 4th Angel.
Yeah, that's a unit that you definitely specifically should invest in for your Orga. That makes all the sense in the world.
And if you have levels on it, it's here. But right now, I put it here.
GMK Ghidorah, 1,000-Year Dragon.
1,000-Year Dragon. At first, I thought this unit was the most broken thing in the game. But it is in a one-on-one situation. Absolutely. In a one-on-one situation, you are getting cooked by this thing. It's very hard to beat it.
I was gonna say this. I've had occasions where my level 30 G21, who can pretty much 1v1 anything, by like one-on-one scenario, it can melt earths like that. 1,000-Year Dragon, I've seen multiple occasions it shitted on my G21.
There you go.
That's scary.
But another way to counter it is with those swarm units, is with a lot of units, just having a lot of units, a concentration of units by him. It's not really doing as much damage because it does what is it, like whatever is closest, it'll just, every 3 heads will just attack each unit. Every head will attach it. So low key, it kind of loses its value right there.
And you can stun lock it pretty easily. Like the chibi duos, like that, literally, you just put the chibi duos and Shinden, there you go.
But it does have the defense up in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which does help out a lot.
That's.
I think that this unit is, I would say it's an A tier unit, but at the top of A. Like,
yeah,
right
I agree.
At the top of A.
I agree.
It's right there.
If you have a level 30, well, I mean, you're making it look like an S or S+.
I think a lot of the units right now, like no one's throwing out one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Usually you're throwing in like 3 or 4 things. So I think that's where it kind of loses its value right there. Destroy Ariake. Okay, this unit is annoying. I hate this unit. It's so good though. It's like they made this unit. You have to look at Destroy Ariake. If you're not noticing Destroy Ariake, this thing is gonna wipe your units out. That 2 times damage every, like, it feels like it's every 1 second. It's just continuing the horn katana attack.
The variable slicer.
Yeah, the variable slicer. It's just doing it constantly. So for that being said, this thing's an S+ unit.
It is an S+ unit, absolutely. Spawn, fast spawn animation. Like when you know, like it takes the timer
to put it down.
Yeah, it's fast. Speaking of it being fast, it just moves fast. I don't know how.
Wipes out the shield.
Yeah.
So if you have Mogera, if you have the King Ghidorah, 1,000-Year Dragon, it wipes it out.
And it just
with
does stupid damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think in the studio, is it damage boost? I believe
think so.
Oh, it's
broken. But there's actually something that's more broken. Did you know that?
Oh, right.
These things.
Yeah.
These things.
Yeah.
The Chibi duo. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. You guys already know about it. We don't have to talk about it. Everybody is using Chibi duo. You already know what it is. It's the most broken unit of the game. Make it a 7 cost.
This guy literally messaged me during the season when the Chibi Duo season.
I barely played.
He was like, he really wrote to me at day one. He's like, I can't believe that 2 cartoon characters that just scream "go" every 2 seconds are the best units in the game.
It's true.
And man, they're amazing. I mean, 4 costs for them doing 1,000 things. You see it all the time. Burn, stun, decoy. Essentially, it's just a built-in Shinden. When Chibi Godzilla pushes and shoves Chibi Mega Godzilla, then he can revive Chibi Mega Godzilla if it dies. But if Chibi Godzilla dies, he can get more HP, more damage, and a burn on top of his stun. You gotta nerf this unit, Toho.
Yeah.
You gotta nerf this.
What are they doing? What are they doing? It's in every game.
But for the time being, if you're not using them in your deck,
you're losing.
Mad respect, but what are you doing?
Yeah. Aqua Mothra. I like Aqua Mothra because it's very fast and it does a lot of it, like good DPS.
Yeah.
But other than that, it doesn't. You can't have it do much after that because it only has like a certain amount of time on the battlefield.
Yeah. So if you're a sucker for those energy, or you're running a high cost deck, definitely has a lot of good viability.
But you have to keep it alive the whole time.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And some of the maps, obviously, if it's not on water, you don't get that movement speed thing, which, depending on the situation, could be for the better or worse. It's a lot of question marks.
Running around, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of question marks, but definitely on paper, it's a very solid A unit.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say it's below Shin, above Mogero.
Yeah, if you have levels on it, great. If not, it's not the end of the world. So.
Yeah.
All right. What we got next?
We got 2002, 2003 Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Kiryu Goji. Solid B tier unit. I feel like 03 is obviously better, and 02 go right over here. I didn't really use them much, to be honest, when that season was going on.
Yeah.
I do think that the Rush is definitely the best out of all the Rush units. Absolutely. I like that it does a knockback, and it's a lot of damage, and it's actually annoying. If you do this against like Gigan and Scar King and stuff like that, like it's gonna just keep knocking it back. It's like Loki, like Jet Jaguar on steroids.
It is pretty amazing. Like that knockback is insane, and the tick damage, especially with 03, it does it 5 times.
Oh yeah.
The best rushing unit. If you're a fan of fast movement speed units, if you want to pair up Leo or King Caesar, which I mean,
wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, but if you have like 2 of those, at least like King Caesar with the Kiryu Goji, you can do some magic with that. You can
run that with DT or something.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like B for it too.
Let's talk about the new units. The new Empire units. The main event. Start off with Shimu.
Ladies first, right?
Yes.
Like you said last video.
Yeah. So, Shimu, I love the new status effect. It's really dope. The frostbite, the little runway it creates. If units touch it, they start just getting affected. You don't really need to hit the unit. You just have to be in that area. I like that it has a lot of HP. I like that it's a 5 cost.
Yeah. I will say this. When all the units were revealed during the summit before the season started, I did think that Shima would have been the most broken out of all of them, but it's still an amazing unit. I think we're probably on the same page here. I'm thinking it's probably like in somewhere in the S tier.
Yeah, it's definitely
if not,
an S tier
at least
unit.
High A.
I think it's an S tier unit though.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be S. I mean, it has a lot of.
I think it's like around the middle.
A lot
of S.
to its kit, and she's just. The tick damage is insane. The percentage damage with the frost. Slow unit, which honestly, it feels like during this meta, the slower your units are, the better it is. Unless you like movement speed. But yeah, the only thing I don't like, I know I mentioned with the Ariake, the fast spawn timer. that is pretty slow. And I'm usually not a fan of units that take like a good second to spawn in. But other than that, it's a damn good unit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Scar King. Scar King.
My favorite.
Yeah, that's a good unit.
In my personal opinion, I think he's the best out of all of them. I can't believe I'm saying that, honestly, but wow, what a unit. I mean, you're seeing it right now. Everyone's using him. Obviously, everyone's using GXK units because it's the GXK unit season with the rented levels, but I feel like going forward, the competitive players, the top 100 players, and most people will invest into Scar King. The pull, the damage boost, which is bugged. It is bugged. I've noticed it, but when it works, and then also the fact that he does more damage to enemies are 5 energy or less. He's like 2 shots of Biolante.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The damage boost we're talking about, guys, is if you saw in the reveal video, it's supposed to do a damage boost to your units, but it does do the damage boost or the extra damage to 5 costs or less. It's supposed to be a status, but it's not really working all the time. But other than that, it's a broken unit, and I'm gonna put it in S+ right above Gigan, below Rainbow Mothra.
Absolutely.
Amazing unit.
If you pair it up with 04 Gigan you've been doing, you showed me.
Yeah.
That is
that's the way to go.
Pretty toxic.
It's the way to go.
It's
unfortunately.
But yeah, incredible unit.
Godzilla 2024 Evolved. At first, I thought this thing was the most broken thing in the game, but
I thought so too.
There's so many ways to counter this thing nowadays, and it's only been 3 weeks in the season.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I've used it the least out of the 4. I've used it the least because it's just not 7 cost. It's just not. I don't like that cost. I think that 6 and 5 have been doing better for me. And I don't really see the use for it. I still think it's amazing though. People who I've seen have a level 30 rented, 40 rented have been destroying me with it. But that's just the levels of it. I don't like that it's a fast unit for a 7 cost because the Scar King and the Shimu are slow units and they're cheaper. So you can really build a big push with your units. So it's just like, it kind of just goes out there. You need to be very strategy with it. You have to have like a good deck around it to make it really effective, because if you just throw it out there, you're going to be like, why did I just do that? You know?
Yeah. I mean, well said. I mean, when you were explaining it to me at first, I'm like, dude, you're tripping, man. You're tripping. This unit's definitely like probably the best one in the initial release, day 1. But yeah, it's too fast for me. You can stun lock it pretty easily. Units that have over a 3-second attack speed, I'm not the biggest fan of, aside from Earth, but Earth is Earth. So yeah, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking A tier.
Yeah.
But now I want to debate this, because what would you rather use? King Ghidorah, 1,000-Year Dragon, or Godzilla Evolved? Because that's where I'm gonna place this. I'm gonna
say I think Godzilla Evolved is above, only because when Ghidorah has to hit multiple units, the damage is ass. The single head damage is
because Godzilla's AoE at 90 degrees and 180 degrees is deadly. If you get an attack off,
if you do land that attack,
but against the chippies, it gets countered. That's the only problem.
But if you're somehow able to like beat the odds of the stun locking, and you do that max gauge damage, wow, it's pretty powerful. But definitely an A tier unit
for sure. Now, my opinion, I know you like the Scar King. My opinion, Kong is the best out of the 4. It goes Kong, then it goes Scar King, then it goes Shimu, then it goes Godzilla, in my opinion. I think that Kong, okay, so I don't know if it is a bug, but right before that pounce, he's basically invincible, which changes everything, because Scar King can't grapple him.
You can't grapple.
Can't pull him. So that right there just changes the game. I think that his pounce is broken. When he loses his axe, he becomes better.
Does more
he
damage.
Blocks hits. You pair it up with Rainbow Mothra, it's insane. You pair it up with the Chibi Duo, you pair it up with Scar King, you pair it up with Gigano 4. You do the Train Bomb thing that everyone seems to be doing, and then you use the G89 leader that everyone seems to be using now, and you're just like decimating the units. It's crazy, and it's so fast in a good way because of that invincibility little glitch that it has right before it pounce.
Yeah.
Guys, it's the best. It's the best out of the 4. It's definitely amazing. I'm gonna throw it in as the 3rd best unit in Battle Line right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, guys, that is season 37 tier list right there.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again for having me for another one of these videos, and hopefully Baragon will be the next unit.
It's very possible.
Next season. I'm praying, and if it is, I'm gonna wail the hell out of that season, man.
We'll see a lot of you next season if that's the case.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Everybody take care. I'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.